We'll start halfway through this time. Here we go.
Watch what I'm about to do very carefully, because in a minute you're going to say to yourself, there's no way he picked that story out of the phone book.
You ready?
But I assure you,
This is the moment.
I did.
Alright, let's call that Beecham McDougal. Did you know your whole life that this is what you wanted to do?
It was the last thing I wanted to do.
Beecham McDougal is a funeral director by birth.
I got it the wrong way.
It's what his father did, and his father did, and his father did. And when Beecham inherited the business, he also inherited Laurinburg's most famous legend.
Everybody knew about spaghetti.
That's what they called him.
I guess he was an Italian.
And you Italians like spaghetti.
The legend of spaghetti started in 1911. Records show a traveling carnival worker was killed in a fight and brought to the McDougal Funeral Home on April 28th. His real name, Concetto Farmica. As the story goes, Concetto's father then worked out some sort of embalming payment plan with old Mr. McDougal. He put $10 down and promised to return later with the rest of the money and specific burial instructions.
And nothing more was ever heard from him.
But just in case the family did ever return, Beecham's grandfather saved the body. 30 years went by. Beecham's dad took over, and there went 30 more, leaving the McDougals with a bona fide mummy, which, for lack of a better place, they stored upright in the garage.
There with the box right here on the wall, you could open.
Somebody say, I dare you to go in. And you go in.
You just kind of duck in,
Straight up in that box.
duck out.
It would really scare you.
Over the years, thousands of kids braved McDougal's garage. Eventually, word spread. Tourists started showing up until 1972, when a congressman named Biaggi took exception to a fellow Italian becoming a public spectacle. So to bury the controversy, they buried spaghetti, 61 years after he had died.
And a concrete truck backed up right over here.
Concrete truck.
Concrete truck.
I believe they put about 2 tons of cement on him.
The McDougals were worried someone might actually dig him up. Spaghetti had become that popular.
He held quite a place of honor in our community.
I think there was a great fondness there.
That was like a member of the family.
200 people showed up to say goodbye. And that's how a dead man made the best friends of his life and gave a funeral director the best story of his.
I'd be shocked if I see it show up on eBay.
Steve Hartman, CBS News, Laurinburg, North Carolina.